Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, Joystick. With me this week, joining us back for after a very, very long time, is Radio Shaver!
Coming to you live from WUVV.
Joystick just kind of sounded like Leroy Jenkins there for a second.
You feel more like you're on an actual radio station now because of the quality of the mic now?
The epic
Absolutely.
mic. Oh,
good.
yeah.
You better believe that.
Oh.
Awesome. And
microphone.
Yesterday was your birthday, so happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Everybody wish him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
We can't hear you, audience.
Very special girl.
Martha.
I got a Radio Shaver here. A really, really good birthday card for him.
Depending upon how you
Just
look
a
at it.
little bit of, just a
Talking.
little extra friendship added to the card.
There's a talking pony card. As soon as I saw purple in the envelope, I saw the
I'm
footage.
so mad. Seriously.
As soon as I saw the
Also
purple, I was
a
like,
little
oh
extra
crap.
gay.
Wait, the best part was I was in the bread aisle at Walmart and I saw it on a stand. That's the best part.
That's a strange place to find it. Anyway, yeah, you guys heard him. So, Slacker-chan or Spoonicus.
My name's Spoon!
Spoonicus.
Oh!
Introduce yourself, Spoonicus.
It's not Spoonicus, but it is.
Yes, Spoonta!
9999!
Oh man, if my voice were
So, my...
What was his name in the Ultimate?
Lewis Rain.
Wait.
Yeah, Lewis Rain is here. Introduce yourself, Lewis Rain.
So, basically, well, everyone knows my real name by now, Big Tim. Big Tim! Good idea. Implemented badly. Now we were joking around at work that should be our new slogan.
Hey, I don't. If I ever call you Big
I'm
Tim,
not
it's
gonna
not meant to be insulting, man.
I'm not gonna say no. I just mean I'm not gonna say my company's name, but it's like blah blah blah. Great ideas implemented badly. And that was coming from my supervisor. Yeah. Anyway.
Last but not least, with us this week is Gameface. Say hello to everyone, Gameface.
I'm not gonna lie here. I'm a little bit under the weather, so if I might start coughing up a spleen, just don't worry. Just yeah.
Don't worry,
At least you're feeling a lot better. I mean,
Oh man, yesterday
you
was
didn't even
miserable.
want to get up.
Yesterday I didn't even want to breathe.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm not feeling too well myself. I really wasn't going to come.
So now I don't have to
I
feel
just-
bad about if you get sick
Well, I
after
appreciate
this.
it.
Well, I wanted to make Sean go and be.
Well,
And
I
how
do
about
appreciate you
experience?
showing up, though.
Yes, always
I do
appreciate
appreciate
it.
you showing up. Always.
I've got this weird kind of cold that usually I get these colds that it's like it's a sore throat for a day, then it turns into like a really bad sinus pain for like 2 or 3 days. Then it goes down into my lungs and it becomes like a cough for like 2 weeks. This time it's gone the full cycle in like a little over a day. So it's going a lot faster than it usually does, which is a good thing, but it's mad potent. I mean, like I was miserable yesterday.
Okay, so
Take two tax cuts and call me in the morning.
Nah.
That's my Republican.
so this podcast, we don't have any beer to drink. So how do we podcast good without beer?
With Weiss.
Weiss up.
Diet caffeine-free Weiss up. Yes, we're
We'll go
drinking Weiss up.
Yeah, we'll go
And
with that.
I've got orange juice.
It'll still sound good cracking into the mic, you know?
Yes, shall we
But it won't sound good cracking into our stomachs.
release the Kraken?
Ah.
Oh, that was so beautifully in sync.
I wonder if we could
We
make.
didn't even try that time. We were just like, fuck it.
I wonder
Yeah,
if we
but
could
that was
make.
beautiful, though.
I wonder if we could make a penis wave like with cans. Did anybody see that?
Yeah, I saw the Rooster Teeth.
That was so stupid and awesome.
Yeah.
What was
Like,
it?
you made a penis and I made a butt plug.
Wasn't it Gavin who ended up making the penis?
Yeah, and Jeff made the butt plug.
Butt plug. Free parking in the butt.
So yeah, we're drinking diet soda this week in place of beer. Nowhere near as good.
At least we won't get fat.
But we will get cancer if it has the fake sugar in it. Does it have the fake?
Of course, it's diet.
Wait, no, actually.
Tim, one thing I've learned in this
Oh
life,
yeah, yes, aspartame. We're all getting cancer.
everything gives you cancer.
No, that's California.
Everything gives you California?
Only when you're in California.
Being in the sun gives you cancer. Being in the shade probably gives you cancer. Breathing gives you cancer.
Exercising too much can give you cancer.
Exercising not enough gives you cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer gives you cancer.
Yes, cancer gives you more cancer. Everything gives you cancer. It's ridiculous.
So it's
Additional pylons give you cancer.
It's like you get cancer sometimes.
Eating vegetables gives you cancer. Eating meat gives you cancer. Come on.
See, it's just the fact of the matter is sometimes you get irregular cell.
You know,
And then it's like, hey, you, yeah, you, fuck you.
No, cancer is like the Space Corps.
Yeah.
you know what I realized recently? After my mother screamed at me one day and she was like, "You gotta read this article!" I'm like, "No, I don't want to read it." Apparently,
What was it an article on?
marijuana.
So I take
Okay.
it you read it
Smoking
anyways.
marijuana gives you testicular cancer.
Testicular.
Wasn't
Wow.
that article? I was going
I
to say,
think
wasn't
that's-
that article that says if you smoke it under the age of 18 or whatever, it makes you dumber?
Yeah, well, that too. So,
Well, good thing I waited till 18 before.
Yeah, me too.
I tried it at 18.
I tried it
had
at
the
19, I
opportunity-
think.
Honestly, I had the opportunity when I was in high school, but I actually knew better. I had researched and stuff, and I thought, I'm going to try it, but I'm going to wait. And I did, and
Now
It
you're
was
not
worth the
dumber
wait.
because of it.
yeah.
Well-read pony is best pony.
Actually, drinking pony is best pony.
That's what I...
You said... No,
You
like,
said well-read pony is best pony.
Last time you said Link Pony is best pony.
What?
Because we were talking about Zelda for some reason.
Wait, was I here for this?
Yes.
I don't
And
remember
I
saying
farted, And
that.
it smells like potato chips.
Oh, it
This
better not
doesn't-
be like the diet Frito-Lay's chips.
No, more like,
You know they have beer-flavored
Sea salt
potato chips now?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have beer-flavored potato chips now.
I'm not sure that means it's going to be good. No offense.
I don't know. I
Depends
don't know.
on the beer.
Someone
Let me
mentioned
put
it on Twitter the other day. Like, man, I just went to Costco and they were giving out beer-flavored potato chips. And I was like, damn it! Now I want to go to Costco, but there's not one around here because Pennsylvania kind of sucks like that.
There's a Costco somewhere around
They
here.
don't want us to have beer-flavored potato chips, Alex.
Bastards.
I know.
Wait, when are they going to change the liquor laws in this state already? Come on.
You know what you guys
When they quit liking men.
you know what you guys need to see as a good reference
You know-
to a film. You need to see Idiocracy.
Good movie.
Because in the year 2505, they have a Costco. And you know what the first thing the guy says as soon as you get in there? "Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco."
You know what we're all going to do 7 years before that?
What?
2018.
What would that be?
Social Distortion's 100th anniversary.
Yes! I'm going!
We gotta be there. We gotta be there.
You better.
Fine, but I'm wearing one of the social distortion shirts I posted.
Fine! Fine! I'll pretend the pony's like a cricket. What do you do to crickets when they're in the way? You just crush them.
Wait, social discord?
I'm making a shirt. Yes,
Social
I'm making
distortion.
that shirt. I wish I could draw.
The best song
I can
ever.
kind of draw-ish.
You know the best song? Life goes by so fast.
I'm not familiar with that
Now I
one.
need
You
to
only
look at
wanna do
social.
right.
Now I gotta look at social distortion album covers and figure out which one is the one we'll have to put it on. Just like there's
What about the Machine Gun Blues?
there's also an album cover that from Painkiller, and it replaced the motorcycle rider with Fluttershy.
I hate it. Without even
I-
seeing it.
Tell it I
You
hate
can get that as a shirt actually on
Painkiller's a damn good song.
on
though.
WeLoveFine.com. No, We Love Fine is like it's like merchandise that is all fan. I'm not sure how they do it, but it's all fan generated content basically. But you know, all the artists who actually what's on the shirt, the people who made it, they get a cut of the sales as well as the place that sells it. The place that sells it, they have some kind of thing where like they actually have like a copyright license agreement with the actual holders.
Cool.
So that's why they don't get sued by like Marvel and Hasbro for selling the stuff they do. So that's really neat. But because
was
it's
in-
fan-generated, that you can have stuff that's marketed basically towards, say, the brony audience.
Yesterday,
Can you
or
get
no.
like Optimus Prime dressed as a rapper and it says Optimus Rhyme?
Ooh, good one.
I don't know. Maybe you can. I've actually never looked at their other products other than their MLP stuff. So
Other than their pony faggotry?
I prefer bread faggotry.
you know, I can.
I
Start,
love that you left that conversation.
hey,
They'll see
you
it
know,
soon
before
enough.
you start making fun of my little ponies again, just remember.
All of them?
Yes, I can start making fun of Texas. Just let's not go there, okay?
On blue.
Martha, I hate ponies. Can we
Oh
just
my
get
God.
it off? You had that card!
Yeah.
Why do you hate
I hate
Let's
pony
talk
too.
about that card, okay?
Pony
you had
cast.
to give me that card for
You
my
don't,
birthday.
you didn't have a problem with Art of the Dress when we were watching that earlier.
I don't know what you're talking about. What art of the dress? Huh?
That was the name of the pony
Art
song
of the
that
Dress.
just played for you.
Dress.
You said you liked it.
Are you worried, Martha?
Are you worried?
Are you
that
worried?
people find out that you like ponies?
I don't like ponies. You want to go there? Let's arm wrestle later. How about that? We'll determine who likes ponies. I'm ready. I'll be waiting.
I'm not sure how that solves anything, but okay. You guys
I-
want to get to the topics?
I kid you not, I was in Spencer's the other day, and I saw an over 9,000 t-shirt, and I was like, wow, really? Did that really just go full circle and become... No, it's Hot Topic. I was like,
Oh no!
yeah,
Spencer's is okay. Hot Topic, kill it with fire.
they're both becoming the same place.
Take away.
Let's move on.
Anyway, topic.
Yeah, you guys. Okay. This past week, Nintendo held a massive press conference where they finally gave out all the information that people have been wanting to know about their upcoming console, the Wii U.
Does it fly?
No. It is releasing in North America on November 18th. There are two versions of it. An 8 gig model that costs $300 and a 32 gig model that costs $350 and comes with the game Nintendo Land.
Nintendo
There
Land.
is no version of it with an actual hard drive, so
What? So where's all the data stored? Online?
probably an external hard drive that you have to buy yourself. It's stupid, I know.
Yeah.
So
That's what I said when I found out.
Well, so then why is there
Okay.
So why is there an 8 and a 32 gig model then?
What's that for? Like system data?
Well,
That'd be a lot of system data.
see,
So, yeah,
if it was up to me, this would be like the other way around. The 32 gig model is the one that people who are planning on downloading stuff from the Nintendo eShop are probably going to go for. And those people are probably going to be the more hardcore gamers, so I would give them some kind of game like New Super Mario Brothers or Zombie U as a pack-in. And then the 8 gig model was the one for the people who bought a Wii for all the casual stuff, you know? They're probably going to get that because they probably won't care about the Nintendo
To be
eShop.
honest, it just sounds like Nintendo's being cheap because I mean you can get terabyte thumb drives now. Like,
I know.
so like, are you sure it's not like that's the RAM?
No.
Wow.
That's the
That would make more sense. Like if it was 128-bit OS or something, and like the minimal RAM required to run it would be like 8 gigs.
Yeah,
That would make sense.
barely, but yeah, I mean, it is Nintendo afterwards.
Initially,
Right back.
you will not be able to buy a second controller. So the U-Pad, you won't be able to buy a second one at the launch of the
We
system.
can share.
And their reasoning for this is it's not launching with any split-screen co-op games that would use it.
Still,
Which
it
sounds
doesn't
like
mean-
bullshit to me, because I think
Yeah, so-
Super Mario Brothers U does.
Even if it's not if new launch games have two-player function, local two-player games, even still, why would you make it not available?
I still think that's a dumb move. I mean, if you accidentally
yeah.
step on your fucking probably
Okay.
very expensive Wii U pad, you're shit out of luck and can't
Right.
play the system until they launch
Yeah.
that.
Not only that, like, just from a smart move, don't tell them there's going to be no games in launch that's two-player. Sell controllers. People are immediately like, oh, well, I gotta get, it only comes with one controller, I gotta buy, but, you have a bunch of kids, I gotta buy my second controller. that would have been a way they could have made money.
Are you
They
ready
saw
for the?
people being stupid.
Okay, they haven't announced a price for the second controller in the United States because they said they're not going to have that at launch. But they did announce it in Japanese. You ready to hear the Japanese price adjusted to U.S. dollars?
Sure, go ahead.
$150.
They're
for a
becoming
second
Mac.
controller.
They're becoming Apple.
Yeah, Nintendo. I have to agree. Nintendo's becoming Apple, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I didn't expect this to be. I don't expect it to be as at the same price point as current additional controllers tend to be, because it's got the view screen that's a touch screen and everything. That makes
But
it
not
more
$150.
expensive. But $150 is ouch. That hurts my wallet just to think about.
This is like these Nintendo fanboys have Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, well, honestly, with the Wii, it was like, I didn't like the Wii, but you know what? If you're a Nintendo fan, I heard it had a lot of good Nintendo games.
It did.
So,
I mean,
whatever.
Mario Galaxy is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So, what have you, whatever. It wasn't the greatest system, but Nintendo's always been, we make our own operating systems, and our own console, and we make our own games. And, we're exclusive with
They're
a lot
always
of our
high quality.
games. Right. So, okay, whatever, fine. It's
Except for the Virtual Boy.
It's practical. It's kind of in its sub-market of its own as far as the gaming world goes.
Yeah.
Because usually when you talk about...
Like Apple.
Oh, you play games? Do you have a PlayStation 3 or Xbox? Or a PlayStation or Xbox. Most people don't go...
I just have a Wii.
Do you have a PlayStation, Xbox, or Wii? No one adds Wii onto the end of it. Because
Wii is like that. Wii is like that. Okay, I want a second console kind of thing. Like, I have a PlayStation 3. I want something to pull out and party with my friends sometime.
Right.
You get a Wii. That's what it is for most people.
Paul just, gets everything that he sees.
But, and
Like dogs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that ticked me off.
That pissed me off too. He saw
Last weekend, he was getting dropped off from work. He brought Sebastian and laid him down, half asleep, on the bed, let him kind of nod off. And he says, there's this really awesome dog out there. It's like a chocolate lab or something. I'm going to go check it out, and if we can't find its owner, I'm going to keep it. And I was like, that's kind of stupid, but okay. Then I went out to see this said dog, and it was way down the street, just sniffing around in lamplight. And I was like, huh, cool dog. And I'm a dog geek. But I was like, huh, cool dog. And I came back inside, and Paul looks at me, he's like, did you get it? I was like, no. And he's like, I'm gonna try and get it. And he takes our current dog out for a walk. And so I guess he's trying to look for this dog. I don't know what he's doing, but as soon as he walks out the door, the kid starts tossing and turning. Now this kid's still 3 years old, has separation anxiety, and starts going,
separation anxiety to the point where he freaks out if his dad goes to the bathroom.
no! Kid gets up, starts pacing around the house, just crying as loud as he can.
Starts running out the door, and I
Finally
went to
runs
chase
out.
him.
Finally runs out the door, and I figured, well, maybe Paul will hear him then.
I went out there to chase him to make sure he doesn't run into the street or something.
That's good. Paul's out there letting the dog pee in the backyard, and now has the kid with him. And I said, Paul, that was painful, you realize, just so you know. And he's like, yeah, sorry about that. Would you get me a beer while our dog pees? And I was like, sure. And I went back inside and I went to bed.
Okay, one final note on this.
Wait, how did we get from the Wii, the Wii to...
About Paul, how he gets everything that he sees.
Okay.
Yeah. Games on the Wii U will be priced at the exact same price point as games on current gen systems, which is to say $60. That's a fair price point.
Well, because it's probably going to be on this.
It's probably going to be exactly the same.
This thing is already selling like hotcakes, though. I mean, the pre-orders are... Yeah, the pre-orders are sold out everywhere by now. They just started pre-ordering earlier this week. I mean...
There's a whole lot of Eric Cartmans out there.
Yeah, basically. How much you want to bet, we hear, someone freezes themselves? Because they left a manifesto about how they're waiting for the Wii U.
Wouldn't that be cool in Russia? They were like, I got to go get Wii U! Wii U is my brother!
You Russian or Chinese?
I don't know.
Both.
Rushies?
Rushies. There we go. How about that?
But, anyway, Nintendo, stop trying too hard.
Yeah, they are.
They're
becoming
doing it
Apple,
because
and
they know they can get away with
They
it.
have the massive Apple style fan
Apple.
base. Like
Yeah.
Nintendo fans go nuts over everything Nintendo does, just like Apple fans go nuts over everything Apple does.
Now, Linux, on the other hand, Linux died because nobody ever bought one.
I actually ran across a guy on the internet that said that. And you know that clip from Billy Madison where the guy's like, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard," and everybody in this room? I posted that clip as my only response. Everybody
Linux-
in this room is now dumber from having heard it.
Linux didn't make it because nobody bought one.
He's like, too bad Linux died because it didn't sell because nobody bought one or something. It's like, there are like 4 things wrong with that
I pulled a
statement.
Jon Stewart and I went, "Congratulations! You have achieved a lie-to-word ratio of 1:1.
Anyway, I know the thing about Mac is, I mean, almost all hackers and like serious programmers actually use it to do so for valid reason. And honestly,
Here, I thought
it's
they used Linux.
Mac's. Yeah, no. Well, you know, Mac is technically Linux based, right?
No,
lot of
it's
things are Linux
Unix. It's Unix based, which is similar but not the same thing.
Sorry,
yeah.
This is
That's
Unix
cool.
based.
Anyways, I
think like
Java.
every-
What are you talking about? Anyway, Android is Java.
It's both,
iPhone
really.
is iPhone. Whatever. Anyway, my point being is, honestly, Apple, Mac, whatever, really could be the superior computer, but the reason it's not is because, well, they try to be elitist, and just the terms the company has made to basically whore themselves out.
I fucking hate the way people carry around like iPhones and iPads,
Yeah,
like
yes.
the fucking status symbols. Like, I have an iPhone, it makes me better than you. Fuck you, I have an Android, it does everything yours does.
Judge and look. Judge and look. Judge and look. Judge
Honestly,
and look.
what
And
prevents
hoodie,
me,
hoodie.
besides the money and just the elitist status of it, is not the only
The way
thing
they
that
nickel and
prevents
dime
me.
everybody.
Right. That's not the only thing that prevents me from it. Even if money was not an issue, I still wouldn't want to get it because there's some things that are not like it does not support. Like it does not support Flash. It does
Which
not.
is-
Oh, I thought they
Flash.
changed that.
No. If you want to see Flash things on an Apple, the only way is to download Chrome because Flash is automatically part of Chrome.
Huh.
It's embedded in it. So, yeah. So if you want to see websites that use Flash, you have to use Chrome.
Wasn't YouTube Flash based?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen YouTube work on a Mac without Chrome. Opera.
Well, that's Opera. That's not Safari.
Okay.
But anyway, my point being is just there's just things they don't support, and their reasonings are stupid. Like, basically, if you read their article that says why they don't support Flash, is their argument is, well, there's a lot of car accidents that occur, so our solution to this issue is to remove the gas pedal. Like, because they're trying to argue that HTML5 is better than Flash, and technically speaking, as far as functionality it does, but it's it's very complicated, it's completely new, and everything already currently supports Flash, and as it is, until the internet itself, until we go to it, like, the internet itself as a whole, the whole network
Goes to
evolves.
HTML5.
Like, unless the whole like network itself has a dramatic change, Flash is going to be around for a very, very long time. I'm not going to say forever, but it will be for a very, very long time. And
Alex is Gangnam
you
Style.
can't just, I'm sorry, Apple, but despite, no matter how big you are, you cannot just force Flash out of the market because there's something better.
They
Just
also
because
have a
something's
tendency to
better doesn't mean you should switch to it.
They also have a tendency to completely ignore features that a lot of people really, really like. And the one that springs instantly to mind is a slide-out keyboard on cell phones.
Yeah.
There's, 6 versions of the iPhone now, and none of them have that?
I hate trying to type on it.
Touch screen.
So do I, dude. I hate trying to type on a touchscreen. It pisses. I don't do
I
it.
think this was supposed to be about Nintendo.
Yeah.
We were talking about how they're becoming.
That's cool. That's cool.
Apple.
That's cool.
We talked about how. Then we got the
And now they got that touchscreen control.
So you guys want to talk about
just one last
the next
thing.
topic?
Watch the next version of Flash that comes out ends up being better than HTML5 anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah. Apple's marketing. Apple is like a bunch of marketing geniuses, and that's far and away what they're best at. Is that they pander big time to their blind fanboys, and that's what they're good at. Okay, Gearbox Software wants to make another game in the Duke Nukem franchise. They feel like they were disappointed with the performance and the overall quality of the last one, and there's a lot of reasons as to why it was the way it was, but they want to try to restore Duke Nukem to his former glory with future installments in the franchise. They can't get to it right now. They just launched Borderlands 2, and they're still working on Aliens Colonial Marines, but after that they want to do a Duke game. And I thought that was kind of cool, because I think it's in good hands, because Gearbox Software is a very talented developer, but I'm hoping they'll be able to salvage this. Obviously, they didn't have it for long enough to salvage the last one, you know?
Right. Well, we had the game actually. Sean started playing. I was watching him play. It doesn't look like a bad game. It just doesn't look like a great game.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like the same things. It's like shoot 'em up aliens. Okay.
The biggest problem that it faces is it was in development for so fucking long.
The expectation from that becomes so enormous.
Yeah, that too. But I was
going
going to say
a game that it's like, well, it feels like I'm playing a '90s game, but with new graphics and better control.
And again, development started in the 90s. It started in 1998. Probably would have been really good in 1998. But since then, they spent so long in development that they put in a series of different ideas from different eras in the first-person shooter genre that have passed by this point. Like, they're like, hey, Halo's popular. Let's put in a recharging shield, you know? And it's just winds up being a jumbled mess of ideas.
By the way,
it ends up being like Forrest Gump.
I haven't played Halo. It could be good, but just the way people talk about it, it's like, I don't want to.
I know, right?
Shut up.
It's like your only impetus for playing it would be to, you know...
just so I can validly say, yeah, I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gradually getting replaced by Call of Duty with that crowd. My God.
Screw Call of Duty.
COD.
I was playing Infamous 2 yesterday. I
really want to play
partly
that
today. I was playing it yesterday. Well, honestly, the opening kind of sucked, but after the opening, it got good. But anyway,
a lot of games start off kind of slow.
I was running through not slow, but anyway, I was running through the Red Light District in that game, and I went by a dirty adult movie theater, and it said up there, it said Call of Booty.
Yes!
That is hilarious.
I love that.
Call of Booty.
Oh, and one thing that pissed me off, though, is I jumped down off a building, I land, and I immediately look up, and I see a Subway. And I'm like, God damn it, even in a video game, I can't get away from Subway.
I'm thinking, like, in order to do this, a Duke game right, I think they would have to do something like Bulletstorm, where it is old school, and it's over the top and ridiculous, and then give him the whole Duke Nukem attitude, you know?
Wait. I have a great idea. Crossover between Duke Nukem and Evil Dead.
Ooh.
So
Dead Nukem.
Ash and Duke versus the
Army of
Dead
Dukeness. The Army of Dukeness.
Army of Duke.
The army, I like that.
Yeah.
Wait, there it is right there. Wait. This is the name of the game. Ash versus the Army of Dukeness.
Okay, wait. Can I
Clone of Dukes.
Can I unveil, since like no one's listening, no, I mean like our audience. Now, can I unveil the idea that I came up with at Comic-Con? Do you remember the idea for the epic comic book?
It's technically
We immediately
The one about Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, we immediately we're like, shh, don't say that out loud. People might hear and take your idea. That's too good. And he said there should be a comic franchise in which the antagonist is Pizza Hat, and that's not really relevant, but the antagonist
gonna get that, but okay.
Yeah, it's an in joke. But it's an in joke. Okay, but the antagonists is an evil, self-righteous, drug-using android named Charlie Machine.
Puns.
That's a knee slapper.
I would actually like to see them do another Duke game because I know Gearbox Software is not going to spend 14 years developing it, and it won't be a general horrible mishmash of ideas that don't meld well together because of that, and it will be solid and good because of it. I don't know if it'll be like the next big thing in first-person shooters, but it should be good at least.
It should be story-oriented, not multiplayer, fuck you, bullshit. But in any case,
well, they are good at doing the story-oriented thing. I mean, doing the story-oriented campaign and everything like Borderlands. That's what it's about. The story's not that great in Borderlands, but that's still what it's about.
Yeah, they're giving kind of a more complicated and convoluted story to the second one. But I have nothing more to say on Dude. But I do have to say, for some reason, I just thought it was Christmas for a few moments. I don't know why.
It does feel kind of Christmassy.
There's always some kind of there's a particular feeling you get around Christmas time that no matter what the situation is, it's just like there's that feeling that it's Christmas.
You can eat all the chicken.
Exactly. I just got that feeling.
I just got this mental image of one of the... You know how the Nostalgia Critic does some kind of special series of reviews every year for Christmas?
Yeah.
And the very first time he did it, it's like, it's Christmas! And then you see him running around in the background just quickly decorating shit on his stage. He's like, Christmas, 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 Christmas! In Capcom's ongoing efforts to continually murder the shit out of Mega Man.
No.
Wait. Capcom's continued war on intelligence.
Yeah.
They've joined up forces. They've joined up forces with Rumiko Takahashi.
Mega Man is like, I built you guys. You know how much of your success I am solely responsible for?
You know how much I sacrificed?
And they're like, yeah, man, and we really don't care.
We own you.
Fuck you, Mega Man. We're going to continually cancel every single project we start.
It's like George Lucas with Indiana Jones and Star Wars.
Mega Man's 25th anniversary is coming up, and as of now, there was only one game on the plate for it, and it was the iOS game that we talked about last time, because they just canceled the online Mega Man game they were working on. They were doing an MMO set in the Mega Man X universe where you were able to create your own what are they called, Reploids or whatever.
Making a Mega Man MMO could either be the best idea ever or the worst idea.
Well, we're not going to get to find out because they canceled it.
Oh! Fucking Capcom. What? Watch Hideo Kojima buys out the Mega Man franchise and makes a great Mega Man game. Or better yet, watch Hideo Kojima just...
You watch 45 minutes of cutscenes after you beat each boss.
Wait, better yet, watch Hideo Kojima just makes a Mega Man game, goes to, publish it, and Capcom tries to sue him, and he's like, I don't care! I'm putting it out anyway! Until the lawsuit goes through, I'm putting it out in the market! Fuck you guys!
Yeah.
That would never happen, but I'm just saying. That's how Hideo Kojima, instead of committing seppuku, makes up for the bad Metal Gear experiences we've had.
No, they were bad. Come on.
Well, 4 was not that great.
I know, but
it was
that was kind of crazy.
He hasn't made a straight up. He hasn't made a straight up bad Metal Gear game.
Yeah.
To be
He just
fair,
made Metal Gear ranges from like decent to amazing.
But it's
You know?
it's gotten to the point where it's like you need to literally make some earth-shaking changes to this franchise,
I think
just
that's what
stop.
he's trying to do. I think that's why he wants to make this next one open world, is he's trying to make very, very big changes to it.
From what I understand, he wants to make like the perfect Metal Gear game in his eyes, and also to be received that way.
Well,
And I think that's when he's going to actually stop, is when he makes that perfect Metal Gear game.
Yeah, he is a notorious perfectionist, like
'Cause
Stanley
Howard Hughes.
Kubrick level of perfection.
Yeah.
Howard Hughes.
Howard Hughes, yeah. Like, he's not going to stop. Like, I mean, like,
Hideo Hughes.
he could try, like, making a brand new tactical stealth espionage, like, franchise, but he's not, because he has an existing one that he can play off of. That he knows
That draws that's
Right.
gonna sell because it's Metal Gear. Metal Gear sells.
Oh my god,
But-
Metal Gear.
But he's got 2 other franchises that he hasn't touched in a long fucking time.
that are also known.
Yeah, he's got Zone of the Enders,
Oh yeah.
and then he's got
That was a good game.
He's
Which
got
I
a
think a lot
series
of
on the
people-
Game Boy Advance and the DS called Boktai. Have you heard of that?
yes.
No, I think I've heard of it.
It's a top-down
Boktai?
action adventure game, kind of like Zelda, that has this unique gimmick about it, where you actually need to your sword is more powerful if you are playing it in the sun.
Huh.
But,
That sounds.
I've never played it, but it got rave reviews.
But I think, like, haven't people been wanting, like, a Zone of Enders, like, sequel for a long time?
Yeah, they've been
That was the
wanting a
first
third
game
one.
I played on the PS2 and mesmerized me.
The Zone of the Enders was cool. Zone of the Enders Second Runner is supposed to be a lot better in every single way.
But,
Do you know what the
Zone of the
he
Enders
also
Fist of
has-
Mars
He also
is
has
cool, too.
Castlevania, doesn't he? Isn't that...
Radio
I think
Schaefer
he
speaks.
was one of 2 producers on that. And the other one was Shinji.
So it's not solely...
Nakamura.
The guy from Capcom that did
Nakamura?
Resident Evil 4.
Nakamura.
Oh, wait, Schaefer wanted to say something, Schaefer.
But Metal Gear was the first game I ever played by Hideo Kojima.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah.
But I just wanted to bring up about the whole future Metal Gear game. Wouldn't it be cool? You know, we've seen
Which
Liquid.
one? There's 2 upcoming.
We've seen Liquid Ocelot. Wouldn't it be cool if Meryl was Liquid Meryl?
Well, considering... It's possible, actually.
I wonder how that
She could be in Rising. We don't know. That's set
Oh!
after...
Yeah, I wonder how that people would react to a game where you play as Meryl.
Yeah.
She was kind of a cunt in 4. So
Yeah,
seriously, like, they changed her character around a lot. Just like, I get that she was over Snake and fantasizing about him. Okay, but you didn't need to make her into a total cunt bag.
And I also get that she would be hardened a bit by her experiences in war, because when you first meet her, I mean,
She's
that's
a
her
nobody.
first time
Yeah.
being on the front lines, so to
Right,
speak.
and then in 4, it's like 5 years later, she's like, and considered an elite operative.
Yeah, and I understand that. I understand that part. I
Plus-
understand her being more of a hard ass because of it, or
Right.
whatever.
But in well, I mean, as a leader and everything, but she was kind of a cunt bag.
But
It,
But why the hell did she end up with Johnny Sasaki? Like, seriously.
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't
Yeah.
get that either.
Yeah.
That scene.
Why, out of all the people, why Johnny?
Yeah, that was. I mean, there wasn't much of that game that I was like, why the fuck?
Well, it's because Meryl became
that
so.
did it.
Meryl. Well, the only reason I can see is because Meryl became so manly. The only man that would satisfy her would be a guy who was more like a chick. And well, the only one like that was Johnny. I mean, come on, Otacon was more of a man. than Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah, this is true.
Johnny always ran to the shitter.
Exactly. Johnny was always a damsel in distress.
Save me from the shutter.
I love how Johnny was in like all. Well, he wasn't in 3, but he was in all the games. He was, or for the most part, he was in 1, 2, and then 4.
Well, he couldn't have been in 3 or Peace Walker,
Right.
Yeah.
But
or
the
the one that happened in between 3 and Peace Walker. Portable
3.
Ops.
Oh, Portable Ops. Yeah. But
Good game. Would have benefited greatly
Pardon me.
from a second control stick.
Is it in the HD collection, or is that just Peace Walker?
No, just Peace Walker. Although the HD collection does come with Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2.
Right.
Both of which are good games, but Metal Gear 2 is a must-play. It is great.
But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so Meryl could be in Rising, because that's set after 4. You play as Raiden, though, as the cyborg ninja.
Is Sonny going to be in Rising?
There was, the latest trailer had like it was in Japanese, though, a female voice that was talking about technology. So it's hinted that Sonny's going to be in it. But in any case,
cool.
The other Metal Gear that's coming out that's actually made by Hideo himself is actually a prequel where you play as Big Boss again.
Can't they reincarnate EE? Wouldn't that be great?
Oh my god!
You remember EE?
Yes, I remember EE from Metal Gear 2. Oh my god.
Oh!
I think you cried during that.
I did! I was like, why? Why did it kill EE? Seriously?
Yeah, that did suck. But the closest that series ever got to making me actually cry was the end of Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! That was
That tore my heartstrings so fucking bad.
Oh my god! The end of 3 is like quite literally like a classic tragedy. Like
Yeah, it really is.
it was. Oh, he hasn't finished it yet. You need to finish 3.
You
Won't
do.
ruin it.
Finish 3.
But then,
Trust me.
not only that, but you just heard the end. You seeing Big Boss cry, but then it cuts to the credits, and it has one of the most depressing songs ever, "Way to Fall" by Star Sailor. You just want to go get the kitchen knife and be like,
Call me Major Tom!
exactly.
Okay, so GameStop
folks.
wants to get into selling retro consoles and games again. And this is largely because they have a huge backstop of GameCube, Xbox, PlayStation 2, and Game Boy Advance games that they want to get rid of.
You know what's funny?
That means the price of those is going to go way up.
Not really, because actually
They will.
Well, no, they're more right now because they have them in stock, but they're not selling them. So they're going to start selling them again, and they're going to be dirt cheap.
So their idea, and they're going to do.
But they'll go
They
up
say
to
they're
that.
probably going to do all of this online, and their idea of retro games is currently apparently everything from the last generation.
See,
Nothing from this generation.
That's going to hurt them a lot because
But that's not retro to me.
Yeah.
retro is going to the actual store to buy it because that's what you had to do back in the day. As it is, I hate GameStop as it is. So if I want to, most of the time, if I want to buy a game, I'll either buy it online or I'll actually go to Walmart. I hate Walmart, but I'd rather buy my game from Walmart than GameStop. That's how much I hate GameStop.
Capital City Gaming.
I'd rather buy a game at Best Buy.
That's
than
kind of
GameStop.
really far away from my house when it's
Yeah.
Walmart.
I know Best Buy's far away from your house.
I
But
know
I have that
Capital
option.
City Gaming.
Oh, yeah.
I went to go to Best Buy. Best Buy's
Capital City Gaming is
well.
cool.
Hey, folks. I'm going to have to go pick up Paul in a bit here because if I wait until the show is over, he's going to want me to pick up the kid first,
Okay.
as not to keep the grandmama up.
Right.
And I don't want to do that.
If you gotta run,
They also have their .com team looking into getting a whole bunch of stuff that's older than the PlayStation 2 and the Game Boy Advance, and selling those online as well. So they might get into like PlayStation 1, Super Nintendo, stuff like that again.
Well, let me just tell you a quick recent story. Turnbull wanted to buy GameCube, and what was it?
They've quit
Brawl?
selling them.
Brawl?
Yeah.
That's the only reason he wanted was so he could get Brawl, so we could play it. 'Cause that was his favorite Super Smash Brothers. And
It's the best one.
so we go to the mall, Capital City Mall, and we go to GameStop. They have no more old retro games. We asked them, well, is it at the other one down at the other end of the mall? They're like, no. They're like, basically they packed up all the old games and stuff. Most of it is in like a
Dry storage.
an area warehouse. But like they do have, and we do have stuff. If there's one available in the whole area, he's like in this district, like their business district or whatever, like what they.
Yeah, the region.
What should be available
The region.
in like
If
York?
there's one of something available in the region, they're like, it's going to be at this only one store over in Harrisburg. So the one GameStop over in Harrisburg actually has their retro games in store.
Sure.
So apparently, like, So he's like, you can go over there. I can't tell, honestly. I can't even look up to see what they have with the new games. But he's like, you can get in there. Bye, Alex.
Bye.
Bye.
Night, folks.
Night.
We will meet again.
But anyway, so we did go to Capital City Gaming.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they were closed that day.
that sucks.
No. Chris finally went. I think they had GameCubes, but no Brawl. And he was disappointed. I think he has a GameCube in Brawl now. He got it when he went to Carlisle.
He
But
asked
anyway.
me to borrow my GameCube and my copy of Brawl and then forgot about it.
Yeah, I don't think it was that important. Besides, I think the effort of having to bring it back was more than he cared to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he just wants to buy it and then he'll have it. But in any case, my point is, GameStop. If you want to save yourselves, because eventually the way you're going, you will die. You will die out. I guarantee it. But if you want to save yourself, sell the retro games in store. Because that's the only reason people will go to you anymore. As if you're selling them in store. Seriously.
Right now they
All
are.
I'm saying is, if I'm going to order online, or if I'm going to get a new game, I can get for the exact same price directly from the people who made it instead of through you.
Yeah.
So
Right now they are looking at doing all of this online, and they're looking at getting rid of all of their PlayStation 2 stock too, because they want to make room for the upcoming Wii U this November.
well, plus they probably also know more about what Microsoft and Sony are planning for their next gens as well. I guarantee they're
Which
not
probably
too far
won't
off.
come until 2014. They might announce them next year, but they won't. I doubt
Right.
they'll come out next year.
They're probably going to announce them in 2013. It'll probably come out in 2014. Here's my prediction now. What are you doing, Doglet? Anyway, here's my prediction. They'll probably announce it either spring or summer of 2012. They'll probably of 2013. It's 2012 now. Spring or summer of 2013, they'll announce the name of it or whatever. They'll give like a black screen with some text and some voice, like what they did with Skyrim.
Xbox 720 and PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
Watch
like-
that be it.
Yeah, in 2013, and then slowly they'll leak stuff out, and then they'll put a release date for they'll probably put a release date. Honestly, it'll probably actually be like in December. I think if it is going to come out within the next year, it will be next December, not this December, because consoles like to come out right before Christmas.
Yeah.
And that's a very good strategy, because that's the best time to get a parent to get you a console.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's why
parents
the
will
Wii
save
U's
up for
launching when it
presents.
is.
Yeah.
That's why the Wii U's launching when it is. That's why the 3DS launched last year.
Oh, Doglet is
Although
going
they-
to sleep. That's what it was.
Although they should have waited about 4 or 5 more months to launch the 3DS, because for the longest time it had no games for it.
Not only that, but everyone I hear it's not worth it. Like the 3D gives you a headache, and then it's like, well, you can turn off the 3D, and then it's like, well, the functions of it are not that much better than
The DS?
yeah. It's like
It's like a DS with better graphics. Yippee.
it's like I work with a guy. He's smart, but he's kind of a fanboy about certain things like World of Warcraft and Nintendo stuff. Like he knows he's self-conscious of it. He's not like hard about it or anything. But he got the DS when it first came out, and he had it with him a lot. And then just I noticed he stopped bringing it to work, and I know why, because he got bored with it. I guarantee that's why. He wasn't going to sell it, but he got bored with it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you can take 3D pictures. He took a 3D picture of me. I'm like, great, now I can look shitty in 3D. But, and then I was like, wait. I was like, you should upload. I was about to say, you should upload it to Facebook. I stopped halfway, and then I told him, and I was like, then I realized I'm being an idiot, because you can't see it in 3D, unless my screen is 3D. So in any case, my point being, it's like, oh, cool, you can take 3D pictures with it and view it only on the 3DS.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes fans create things that are just awesome. And the Half-Life community
Especially
has most recently done that. They remade the first Half-Life game.
I just got lost in the bathroom. That is all.
Eat pie!
Oh, peace out, folks.
Later.
They remade the first Half-Life game, and they just released it, and it's called Black Mesa Source. It's on the Source engine, so it's got all the cool physics and the much better graphics and lighting effects and whatnot that Half-Life 2 had. And it looks gorgeous, and I really want to play it. It's very, very impressive, especially for something that's fan-made. It's not completely finished yet, because it only goes up to the point where you enter Zen. But if you've played Half-Life 1, you know that's probably 13 or 14 hours of gameplay to get that far. Remember when first-person shooters were that long?
Well, more like, remember when first-person shooters were actually story-based? Because online play sucked balls. If it had it at all.
Well, I mean, like, Half-Life 1 did have really, really good online play, but that was like a nice bonus to the fact that it had a kick-ass campaign. Same thing goes with Quake and Doom. They had multiplayer that were played a lot, and that was the nice bonus to the kick-ass campaign. And I miss when first-person shooters would, like, oh yeah, we have a badass campaign. We also have multiplayer. It's not underdeveloped. It's awesome. We didn't underdevelop either half of our game.
You know what I think they should start
Nowadays,
doing?
everything has Call of Duty syndrome.
Yeah, what they really need to do is have one side develop the online, have another side develop the story. Or, you know what I mean? Or not even that, just
You
have
know
a
what's
different
sad is
team
they did that with
develop.
Medal of Honor, and the campaign was still 5 hours long.
Yeah. Oh, they did it with the Medal of Honor, and the online sucked too. Like, it was done by the same team that did Battlefield 2, but you can tell that they were like, okay, well, we don't really care about this as much. We want you working on Battlefield 3. So just rush through this. Like, oh, you know, I talked about how their beta got leaked and everything. As a result, you know, there's a lot of people who are practicing with the beta, so they actually, like, know the moves for, like, for existing characters. So, with their newest release or newest build where it is now, which they're showing off at a convention coming up here, like, in, like, a week, they decided to actually have an open tournament. Which is like they've become far from being butthurt about it, and now they're just like, you know, they're like, we're having an actual tournament.
I thought it wasn't anywhere near done, like, to the point where they could do a tournament.
It's not even like, it's pre-alpha. Like, that's how far it is not done. But because a build of it was leaked, that, like, was done enough to the point where people could actually learn the commands and moves for the existing characters, like, all the way to their level 3 supers and everything like that.
Yeah.
That they're like, it got to the point where, while they're not supporting anything, some of them in their free time were, like, helping people, like get through certain bugs and stuff, and even some of them were playing with, like, some of their fans on the internet, like, playing against them. And of course they, like, rape them because they do nothing but spend their free time building this game and testing it, so...
Yeah, it's kind of what the Black Mesa Source team has been doing since...
They decided to actually, they're like, well, you know what, everyone's been playing it.
2006, I think?
But yeah, they finally decided, you know, everyone's been playing it for 2 months, we're going to be at this convention showing it off anyway, and we're going to let people, you know, have a station for people to come up and, you know, play it. So they talked to the convention center about possibly setting up a tournament, because, like, all the people running the convention are also, like, psyched about it. That's why they were invited. So they said, hell yeah, we've been playing the leaked build for, like, since it came out. So they're like, now they have a tournament up, even though it's pre-alpha. I thought that was a little interesting that they were doing that. What, Justin? Say something. What's on your mind? Say
What's on my mind? Ponies! That's what's on my mind. And you YouTubed it.
It's because it came... I didn't YouTube anything. What do you... That's on Facebook. Facebook has a mobile upload of videos. It's not on YouTube.
Okay, so...
But anyway.
The
fan-generated
content, they built most of the first Half-Life game on the Source engine, and it's like a small team that's been doing this in their free time for years, and it looks so fun, and it looks so awesome, and I really, really want to play it, because Half-Life 1 was a great game, and Valve actually did a Source port of Half-Life 1, but all they did was take Half-Life 1 and run it on the Source engine. So it looked mildly better, had somewhat better lighting effects, and a little bit of physics here and there, but it still looked like a game from 1998, you know? This doesn't look like a game from 1998. This looks like a game from 2007. And
You know what?
for a fan-generated thing, that's impressive.
You know what pissed me off, speaking of physics, was when the first Star Wars Force Unleashed came out. It had great trailers, and the developers kept talking about how it had all these physics engines, blah blah. It's gonna be so great, blah blah blah. And I played it, and there were physics going on here and there, but for the most part, it was like no fail. Like
I played through the demo probably 8 or 9 times, actually, and
I saw
at
it
first
here
I
and
was
there.
like,
It's
hey, I can throw stormtroopers at...
I can throw things like boxes and they bounce. Okay.
At first I was like, hey, I can throw stormtroopers
break
at the
glass.
TIE fighters that are hanging out in the ceiling. Then I was like, wait a minute, I can throw TIE fighters at the stormtroopers. That's awesome! that was how I played it.
Well, I mean, it's like, but my thought was, though, it's like, well, I could do this on PsyOps on PlayStation 2 years ago.
I never got to play that game.
Yeah, but my point is, like, the level of physics was not that much greater than, like I was saying, like, in PsyOps. Like, that was one of the ones that I remember when physics were first starting to get around. Like, for instance, there was a thing where you could actually surf objects, like, with the telekinesis. So you could get on top of an object, pick it, like, use your telekinesis to move it up and move it forward while you're on the actual object, and you would move across. So it ended up like they ended up calling it object surfing, and they actually added it to the tutorial of the game when originally they didn't intend to put it in there. Just when they were testing the physics, they found out, oh, well, that's one of the things that happens with the physics, so that's now part of the mechanic in the game.
You know, one thing that one game that actually did have really impressive physics.
My point being is, like, they weren't that great in Force Unleashed, and it pisses me off, both that game and its sequel. The trailers looked amazing, but the actual game sucked hardcore.
I didn't play anything but the demo, but I did really enjoy the demo. But you know what had cool physics? Red Faction Guerrilla. Did you play that?
No, I didn't, but I heard that
the destruction engine in that game is incredible.
Yeah, I heard
absolutely.
that.
Like they had to, like, you know how they just you build frame wire buildings in the game.
Right. I heard about that.
They built that.
They built everything,
and then
they
watched them collapse.
And everything is immediately collapsed.
They just
and
watched it all collapse.
What the
because
hell
they
is
didn't.
going on? Yeah.
It was because they didn't have support beams in them. They actually had to build these buildings like they did real world buildings. That's ridiculous.
That's hysterical. Because that probably pushed their schedule back, like, probably at least a couple of weeks. Easily.
But at the same
They're
time,
like, okay,
that's
well,
like...
now we have to get reference material for actually designing a building.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, if you're going to have a problem with your game development, that's a good one to have.
Well, yeah,
like, we built our engine too good, you know?
No, that is a good one, but it's like, literally, it's like, okay, now we have to call and hire an engineer to come in and reference and work with us on this game. You know what I mean? It's like,
and I love that there's one other cool thing the story, not that great. And I guess it's kind of repetitive because most of what you're doing is destroying buildings. I thought that at the same time, I thought that was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it.
It's kind of one of those video games that's more or less, it's not going to be remembered overall as a great game. It's going to be remembered as it made progress in a certain area, and
it's going to be remembered about how much fun it was to drive around and destroy everything you see.
Right, but it's also, let's put it this way, well, people can't use the same code necessarily for their games. Doesn't mean they can't look at the code and learn from it.
Yeah, do their own thing with it.
Or even if they can't decrypt it, or they can still just see what happens in it and say, because they're programmers themselves and they'll see it happening, and just seeing it happen might help them figure out how to do it with their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Every year for April Fools, there will be a lot of developers that will release fake little trailers and videos for their upcoming games that are supposed to be humorous. And when Red Faction Guerrilla was coming out, they did that. They released this preview video called the Ostrich Hammer. And it's just, you're running around with a big fucking ostrich and hitting people with this massive bird. And then this got such a massive positive reaction from the fans. They're like, oh my god, that's hilarious. Please really do put that in the game. And they did.
Nice.
And that's awesome. You can run around in the multiplayer and hit the shit out of everything with a giant bird.
I think Hideo Kojima for that, didn't he re-edit one of the cutscenes from 4 where Raiden comes and like destroys all the geckos? I think that was re-edited.
Yeah,
so
Kojima's done a few of them in the past,
I think it was re-edited so that it was the Colonel. And instead of a sword, he had his cane.
Yeah, Kojima has a great sense of humor, and he loves fucking with his own material like that. Like, anybody who owned Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence knows that, because all the videos that are on the second disc.
I'll be back. I really have to pee here.
Okay, I'm going to pause it because I was about to sign off.
Oh, okay.
And actually, we're back by the way, actually one of the videos on that kind of turned into a bit of an internet meme with the time paradox thing.
Yeah.
Where Raiden was traveling around through time trying to kill Solid Snake and failing miserably at it.
I just kind of want to know, like, I know Hideo's reaction was when he found out that Americans hate Raiden. He was kind of like, and the Japanese people didn't have a problem at all. They liked him. He was just like, well, why? Kind of, and like, finally, like, you know, they actually were interviewing, like, the fans, like, from America to get why they didn't like him. And when, like, he found out the reasoning about, like, the voice and everything, to him, he can't tell so much because it's in a different language.
Yeah.
But when he found out how, like, the attitude, just the, you know, posture of the voice and everything, how he just portrayed himself. Whereas if you listen to the Japanese Raiden voice, he does still have, like, a deep, manly voice.
He did in America.
English, yeah. And so it's just whiny bitch.
I'm Raiden. I'm afraid.
But anyway, yeah. And when he found out, I just want to know what his reaction is when he contacted like the American branch at Konami that did the voice dubbing, just to be like, what the fuck? What the serious fuck? Why did you do this to my character? Like, you can immediately tell it's like,
I think the reaction was destined to be negative because every single trailer up to its release had been like, every single piece of footage showed Solid Snake and not Raiden, so we didn't get to know about Raiden at all. So when we first see him, we're like, wait, what the fuck? Why am I no longer playing this?
That was to give you a sense of disorientation, which Kojima intended for. And I understand that, because we all got that feeling, and it's kind of like only after the fact, after like you got over it, like a year afterwards.
You went back and played it and realized that it's a lot better than you remembered because your memory is skewered by the fact that, like, why the fuck am I not playing as Snake?
And how many Metal Gear games or Metal Gear fans were like, I have to know why Kojima did this to me.
And
you know,
and also,
what?
And also, you notice the fact that, you know, when you usually would, if Snake would fall from getting shot or something, and then here comes Raiden, and he gets shot out of nowhere, and he's like, ugh! No, that really doesn't...
Snake could roll upstairs, Raiden couldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Or no, you would do a cartwheel, so if you try to do a cartwheel upstairs, basically as you're flipping over, you come face first, upside down with the stairs. So you just gotta do a cartwheel, all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Here's the stairs, here's your face. So you go, cartwheel time! Face right here.
Yeah, and it just kind of falls over. And I admit that I did that repeatedly, just so I could laugh my ass off.
You know what?
That and slipping on bird crap.
Yeah. And then also the camera, the flying camera that
ciphers.
The ciphers, and then when they see you, and then you go, ugh! Out of nowhere. Like, seriously.
Guys, we're at an hour 9, so we should wrap this up.
Real quick, I just love how in 4 they gave him the Batman voice. Like all of a sudden, it's like, I'm fucking riding. I'm serious now. Anyway, I'm angsty and brooded because shit happened.
Yeah, I'm riding. I think I'm Master Chief. I sound like Master Chief. It was like Solid Snake without all the human side.
I'm not the hero you deserve. I'm the hero that's a result of Konami sucking.
I'm not the hero you deserve. I'm the hero you got in the game. And then you saw Snake and you're like, no, him. I want to play as him some more. And I was like, yeah, no, fuck that. I'm the main character. Fuck you.
Anyway. Alright, so let's wrap this up. Lots of Metal Gear. Anyway. Metal Gear.
I think we always talk a lot of Metal Gear when Schaefer is here.
Yeah.
I love Metal Gear.
Speaking
So do
of-
I.
Wait, remember, there's a lot you can cut out from earlier. But another thing, every weekend he would come over for like a year.
Seriously.
Like all you would
Don't
do
do
would
that.
play is
Seriously.
Metal Gear Solid. And Turnbull said, and I was already thinking, he's like, dude, we need to just start every time Schaefer comes over, let's just start playing every day is the same.
interrogation
By 9 Inch Nails. Because that's what it feels like. Because all we do is play Metal Gear Solid and watch Grandma's Boy. And I'm ready to shoot my brains out if we don't do something fucking different.
Admittedly, I do love some Metal Gear and some Grandma's Boy, but still.
Hell yeah. Eventually it gets like Schaefer. We know you love Metal Gear, but at the very least, if you're going to continue to play it every weekend you're over here, at least start playing the other ones.
Hey, Schaefer,
He hasn't finished.
are you
three.
too high to drive to the Devil's House?
Anyway, alright.
Have you ever been so stoned that you stared at a TV screen and pretended like you were playing video games, but you really weren't?
No one's ever been that stoned.
I wish.
Except for Dante.
No, the only way that's possible is if it was laced with something. If you want to be realistic.
Yeah, but it was still funny.
It's still funny. But here's the thing though, it's the
You
only
forgot smoking lamp.
See, the only reason stoners actually found that funny, normally they get pissed. The only reason they found it funny was because the movie was actually made by stoners.
Yeah.
There's like so many movies that try to like be like, this is what drugs do, and it's like, no, you never fucking did drugs in your life. Fuck you, movie.
I just watched Cheech and Chong the other week, and I was just like, that is so...
That movie's funny as shit, though.
I know!
Hard hat.
And they were getting...
Okay, lard ass.
They were in a mobile, and like, it was blowing out like smoke, and the cop was like getting stoned from the exhaust in the back, and then he came up and he's like, hey, I just wanted to know, are you gonna eat that in the burger? And then he took it, and then he went back to his motorcycle, and you're like, what the fuck happened?
At least it was funny when that happened.
I know!
So we need to wrap this up. We're at an hour 12. This has been another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, Joystick. With us this week was Game Face, but he left because he's gay. Also with us this week is
And he
you.
left a shitter in the shitter. Anyway.
Yeah, he left shit in the shitter.
Moon! Spoon Moon!
Yeah, also with us is Moony Spoony. Yeah, Moony Spoony.
Oh, I thought we were talking about me. No.
Nope, you're Moony Spoony now.
Okay, you know, my name's just gonna be different every week. Let's leave it at that.
You've been Nightmare Spoon, Typhoon of Spoon, and now Moony Spoony.
Yeah, I think from now on, like when you ask me every week, it's gonna be something relating to the moon. So, anyway.
What's your name?
Destroy it.
Moon!
Anyway.
Also with us this week is Radio Shaver.
From WVV, Radio Schaefer!
WUBB.
WUBB.
Rob.
Dyslexic. Whoa!
We will talk to you guys next week here on digital-delirium.com. Bye.
By the way,
Bye.
Schaefer, Radio Schaefer. Did you already end it?
No.
Oh, by the way, Radio Schaefer, real quick. You know what they call dubstep and Equestria and My Little Pony?
Oh my god. Let it go.
Wubstep. Ah! Wub wub, motherfucker!
I thought you were gonna say
Okay.
clop step.
No! Oh my god, that's horrible! Just end it now. Bye, folks.
Bye.